Hi guys, it's Stacey here from tycoonfactory.com, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what to sell on Amazon. If you're new to Amazon or you're just thinking about starting an Amazon business, then this is a really important stage and something that you should spend a little bit of time on. And the reason for that is if you were selling on another platform such as your own website, your main problem is going to be driving traffic to that website. However, on eBay and Amazon, your traffic's already there, you've got your ready-made buyers. Your problem's going to be what to sell and getting it at the right price. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can kind of get a little bit more confidence in the items that you're thinking about selling. Because the worst thing is that if you invest a load of money into stock and then you can't sell it, you're stuck with that until it sells and your money's tied up in it. So it's really important to make sure you spend some time on this and utilize some of the free research methods that are available to you. So, as you can see, I'm on Amazon, and the first thing that I'm going to show you is how to find out some of the items that are selling the best on Amazon. So basically, what you would do is come to Amazon, and in the search bar, you would just type square brackets, left square bracket, and then right square bracket, and click search. And you can change the category if you want and just do this within the categories. But what this does is it brings you up some of the top items on eBay at the moment. So as you can see, you've got books here, you've got games, you've got Amazon Echo, 64 gigabyte iCard, Pampers, nappies. There's just literally hundreds of items to choose from, and some of these you may be able to get really easily from suppliers and others you might not, but that's the first way to start and look at what the best sellers are on Amazon. And I utilize this quite a lot. I recently did some stuff on Amazon with children's toys and games, and I ordered, using this method, I ordered some children's cameras which were ranked at number 245 on Amazon. I'll explain a little bit about bestseller rank shortly. And they literally sold out within one morning of getting them. So that was brilliant. So again, you can just change your category. So if we're going to baby, closed brackets, and search, it'll bring up some of the items that are selling best in the baby category, as you can see. And it'll give you some ideas there where you can start from. The other way to get ideas is to just look around your room that you're sitting in at the moment, and I can see my printer, I can see my computer, I can see my phone, I can see paper. It's just a case of typing lots of items in and finding out what's a good seller that you'll be able to get a hold of. And sometimes, for example, I did a video a little while ago focusing on equestrian products. So I looked at horse saddles and I found that they were a very brand orientated item. So what I mean by that is, for example, with a phone, people might go straight for Apple or for Samsung. They're very brand orientated. And I found the same thing with saddles. I found that there were certain brands of saddles that sold very well, but the brands that I would probably be able to buy in, the ones that are not very well known or had no brand, didn't sell very well. So what I then did is thought, okay, well, what would somebody who needed a saddle also need? And they would need riding boots or riding hat or saddle soap. And it turned out that saddle soap was an absolutely fantastic seller. So it's just a case of kind of thinking outside of the box a little bit and just digging down deeper into those niches. So, for example, if you were to use phone as an example, you might look at smartphones and you might find that only iPhones sell or only Samsung sell. But you may find that there's non-branded versions of those items that sell as well, and you might be able to get some of those in. So it's just a case of thinking a little bit about branding, thinking a little bit about what else would that person use. So, for example, somebody who uses a phone, if you can't find a non-branded phone that's a good seller, you might kind of look at phone chargers or other phone accessories, phone cases, so it's just a case of like thinking about it a little bit and narrowing the niches down as you go. So that's the first method of finding what to sell, and that's going to give you some ideas about what's already popular on Amazon. If you've got specific products that you'd like to search for, like the horse saddle, like smartphone, what you can do is go to Amazon and search for it. And then partway down the page, I've already searched for Amazon on Amazon for iPhone here. And I've brought up one of the listings. And what you'll find is partway down the page, there's a section called product information. So if I scroll down to that, this is the section we're looking for. and we're looking for this bestseller rank here. So as you can see, this item ranks at 3051 in cell phones and accessories, and in 74 in unlocked cell phones. Now, this means that this is a good seller. The lower the number, the better a seller it is. So, for example, if it's below 30,000, you're going to sell a few of that item. But if it's below 10,000, that's absolutely wonderful. That's an item that you know is going to be a really good seller. So that's another way to kind of get an idea of whether or not it's a good seller or not. And for example, if I go on to a page I've opened on Amazon earlier, you can see I just did a little search for modems here, and I have an app installed on Amazon which is called DS Amazon Quick View, and I'll include a link to that so you can have a look at it. It's a free app, and it just is a plugin for Google Chrome, so it means you can use it while you're surfing and doing your research on Google Chrome. And what that does is it just brings up the bestseller ranks here, so that I'm not having to click on every item to find out the bestseller rank. So I've literally searched for modem, and I've got all the items bestseller ranks here. And as you can see, I mean, modems, all of these are well below the 10,000 rank. So you know, it looks as if modems would be a good seller. But then you've got to start and look at, okay, is it only brand name ones that are selling, or are there any ones that we've never heard of? Now, I don't know a great deal about modems, so I don't know whether or not these are big brand names or not. But I've heard of Motorola, and I've heard of Linksys and some of these other brands on here. But I've never heard of Zoom. So that item is still at 346. So it may be that modems are a really good product, because it looks as if well-known brands as well as less known brands are still selling. So it'd be a case here of just doing some of the research and looking at the brand names that are involved with these products. But that gives you a good idea. So then what we do is, once we've got a few products in mind, we'll kind of create a list of those. And then we're going to go on to this website here called CAMEL. I'll include a link for this. It's totally free to sign up. You can get an account, and it will work on any of the Amazon platforms. So I'm based in the UK, and I usually use amazon.co.uk, but I've set it to America for this video because I've been using amazon.com for this example. And what you do basically is you go to your lists here, and as you can see, I've copied and pasted the ASIN number. Now, what ASIN is it's a product identifier, and every product on Amazon has an individual product identifier, and I've just copied and pasted that, and I've put it into here on CAMEL on the search bar, and it's brought up the product for me. And the reason I do this is because this is going to bring up loads of information about the bestseller rank and how it's sort of performed over the past few months. And the reason that we need to look at that is because some items might have a bestseller rank of 20, but it may just have come off a price promotion where it's been really cheap for a little while, or it may have been that somebody's ran some paid ads to it. So we need to look at the long term and see if that's been a good sales rank, a good bestseller rank for a continuous period of time. Because what we don't want is to purchase a load of this item while it's on a bestseller rank of 20, and then find 2 weeks later it drops to 200,000. So what we do is we come down to the graph area on CAMEL and just click on sales rank, and that'll reload the graph with where the sales rank has been. And you see here we've got a little slider that says 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that down to 6 months and have a look at what the performance of the bestseller rank's been over the past 6 months. And that's what this graph does. Now you'll find that not every product is on CAMEL. Most of them are, but if it's a new product, there won't be enough data to create a graph. So that's something that you need to be aware of. But otherwise, this is a really good little tool to utilize. So as you can see here, the bestseller rank has remained pretty consistent. It's been under the 10,000 mark until it had a huge drop here, which took it down to around about 35, 36,000 there, I would say. And then it shot back up again. Now, I don't know what the reason for this dip is. We could do a little bit of research into that and find out if there's been a reason for that. There it is, 36 it went down to. But I mean, even 36, yes, it's outside of the 30, but because the rest of the time it's been kind of around about 8 to 10,000, sometimes as little as 2,000, we could probably forgive that very slight blip there, which was for a very brief period in time between the 2nd and the 18th of July. Um, so if that had been consistently dropping and going up, it might be too much of a volatile product for us. But on this product, it's had one little blip there in the past 6 months, and the rest of the time it's been absolutely fine. So it just shows you that this product is actually a good product to consider selling if we could obviously source it. Another way to find out whether a product is sell, which sounds a bit strange, is to come off Amazon altogether and to have a look on eBay. So I'm into my eBay account here and I've searched for iPhone. And down on the left, if I scroll down here, I'll just turn QMEE off. I'll include a link to this QMEE app because what it is it's when you're doing research, you'll find that it pops up quite a bit when you're doing research on Amazon and eBay. And basically, when you're searching for a product, it'll bring you up these little links, and you get paid for clicking on them. So I'll include a link to that as well, so that you can download that if you want to. It is a Chrome app, so you can only use it on Chrome. But if you're interested in that, you can have a look. So on the left in your eBay account, you'll need to be logged in to see this, but you can click on something called completed listings. And what that does is it shows you the items that have already finished. And if they're in black, they didn't sell. But if they're in red, they did. If they're in green, sorry, they did sell. So if they're in black, they're not selling. I'll just turn off that again. And as we scroll down, you can see there's some green ones here that did sell. Green, green, green. And it's just a way to kind of get a quick glimpse of kind of what percentage, if you like, of the items are selling or what ratio. So if you find that most of the items are in green or at least half of them are in green, it's just another way of kind of thinking, okay, that might be a good product to look at. If you find that most of them are in black, then it's probably not a good product, certainly to sell on eBay. And I always, when I come up with a product idea for Amazon, even though I tend to go with Amazon first, I do like to check that it does sell on eBay because that's one of your ways of scaling your business. It's kind of one of your growth methods. So it's always nice to know that it will sell on eBay as well as Amazon. So that's just a little kind of insight into some of the research methods. What you need to do is repeat this process over and over again until you've got around about 10 or 15 products, and then you can start and go and source them. Ideally, you want non-branded products or products that aren't brand reliant. And once you've got a list of them, then you can start and source them. And I do have some other videos on my YouTube channel, which is Tycoon Factory, on how to source products, so check that out. And I hope that's been of some help. If you've got any questions, guys, you can contact me on Facebook, or leave a comment on the blog or YouTube or wherever that you've got access to, and I will do my best to answer those questions for you. And I shall speak to you again soon, guys.